Your personal development matters the most from where you are right now. Bring your career into new heights with our affordable and quality in-demand virtual training programs designed just for you. Give your career a boost with a course or a training from Stellar Training Consultancy Services and join thousands of professionals from different walks of life in a learning and development session that fascinates you, motivates you, challenges you to learn new things that you'll use forever in a career you'll love. Find the right training for you today here at Stellar Training Consultancy Services, bringing excellence to professionals.
Stellar Training Consultancy Services Vision and Mission. Vision. Stellar Training Consultancy Services envisions to provide quality, affordable, reliable, accessible, and innovative training programs in the Philippines, thereby increasing global competitiveness and career growth of every individual. Stellar Training Consultancy Services ultimately desires to provide learning and development to all communities and professionals while ensuring both professional and personal growth by the end of every program. Mission. Stellar Training Consultancy Services is dedicated and committed to provide high-quality, accessible, and professional development opportunities in the form of training, webinar, seminars, workshop, or conference. Stellar Training Consultancy Services training programs were created out of a strong passion, a shared vision, and a ceaseless commitment to making learning easily accessible from anywhere in the Philippines.
Panalangin bago magsimula ang pagpupulong. Panginoong Hesus, sinabi mo, kung saan may 2 o 3 nagkakatipon sa ngalan ko, kapiling nila ako. Panginoon, inihahandog namin sa iyo ang pagpupulong na ito. Gabayan mo kami sa aming pagtatalakayan at tanglawan mo ng liwanag ng Espiritu Santo ang aming mga isip upang makita namin ang naaayon sa iyong kalooban. Basbasan mo ang mga gagawin naming pagkilos at patnubayan kami sa bawat hakbang. Nagtitiwala kami na magiging maayos at mabunga ang aming pagtitipong ito, sapagkat narito ka sa aming piling. Amen.
Okay, there we go. Hello sa inyo po, Miss Geraldine. Good morning. So it seems it's going to be one-on-one initially. Can you hear me po? Miss Geraldine, can you hear me? Okay. Well, I'm just gonna wait for you to confirm if you can hear me or not. No, perhaps you really can't. Let me send you a message. Hello po. You there, Miss Geraldine? Uh, Good morning po. Miss, can you hear me po? Hello. Good morning. He Shudong. Can you hear me? Oh. Hello po, Miss Geraldine. Can you hear me po ba? Mhm. Hello. Here we go. Good morning. Hello. Can you hear me? Sir Huang. Sir Junlong. Can you hear me? Hello. Ah, there we go. Good morning, everyone. Okay. So I'm glad that you can hear me, Sir Junlong. There we go. So we have people coming up. Okay, great. Okay, so let me introduce myself. Okay, there we go. Yeah, my name is Elmer Chong, and I will be your instructor for this morning. And our topic is going to be marketing strategy development training. Okay, good morning, po, Miss Geraldine. Okay, I'm glad everyone is here. Well, of course, we're still missing a few ones, but that's fine. Let's wait for them for a couple more seconds. How's everyone's morning, po? There we go. Good morning, Sir Jordan. Okay. So hopefully everything is going fine on your end. Sana po ay maganda po yung morning po natin. Yeah, hopefully that's the case. So let us begin this training. So are you all ready po for us to begin the training? So I think, we are going to start late already. But then again, just like to check what are we all ready? Seems everyone is still setting up. Okay. Great morning. Thank you so much. Very good po. Okay. Sir Jordan, good morning. Miss Geraldine also ready. Okay. Great. I think I've already shared the material with you guys. Okay, that's correct. Okay. So once again, Bud, this is marketing strategy development training, and hopefully the ones from Junlong Wu, Huang Jinfu, Chen Chaoyang, and Huang Jinying are all ready as well. I've seen your camera turned on, so hopefully nakapag-settle na po tayo, or that you speak Tagalog. For the benefit of our foreign participants, if that's really the case, then it would be best for us to, you know, do the training in English, in respect to our foreign participants. Okay? Now let's begin. Now here are our training rules po. If at all possible, please turn on your camera for first 20 minutes of the training for attendance purposes. So it would be great to see your faces po, but only if that's possible if your internet is allowing you to do so. Should you encounter any slow internet, mm-hmm, then yeah, it's fine to turn it off, right? Okay, there we go. Thank you so much for Miss Geraldine. And yeah, number two, please wear proper clothing since the session will be recorded for quality and management purposes. Okay. Number three, let's be attentive and be interactive during discussion. So if there's anything that you would like to say, share, like an insight or an experience, then feel free in doing so. Would be great to hear your thoughts. So you can utilize po yung ating chat box or that our your actual microphone. Okay, either of which is fine by me. And lastly, we all come from different walks in life. We may speak different dialect, and of course, that may entail difference in our opinion with the things that we believe on, and hopefully, in spite of all of these differences, Paul, we can all respect one another. Okay. So by the way, just really wanted to check, po. From our friends from Junlong Wu, Huang Jinfu, Chen, Huang Jinying, can you all speak Tagalog or English only? Okay, so Miss Jerdil, of course, Tagalog. But for Junlong, Huang, Chen, and Huang, oh, I'm seeing two. Huang Jinying and Huang Jianfu. Do you speak Tagalog? Or can you understand Tagalog? If that's the case, then okay. Thank you. All right, so I'm just gonna wait for your reply. While you're waiting for that, let's proceed to the next page, where we're going to state out all of the yeah, our internet learning outcomes or the things we're gonna be planning to achieve by the end of this training. So number one, po, of course, is to all of you to be able to analyze the importance of marketing strategy in achieving business goals and competitive advantage. And number two, you'll all be able to develop a fundamental understanding of the elements involved in creating a marketing strategy tailored to specific business objectives. Number three, you'll all be able to identify and differentiate various marketing strategies and their applications in achieving business growth. Number four, that you'll all be able to evaluate the effectiveness of different marketing strategies in addressing market needs and reaching target audiences. Number five, you'll all be able to demonstrate the ability to align the four P's of marketing with customer preferences and business goals to create an effective marketing mix. And then lastly po, you'll all be able to apply best practices in selecting and balancing the marketing mix to ensure optimal product positioning, the pricing, distribution, and lastly, promotion. Okay? So those are going to be our intended outcomes. But before we proceed to the next page, I would like to show you something. Okay, can you all see the screen where I'm showing the training schedules? Ah, there we go. Chen Chaoyang, good morning. Okay, so here po you will see all of the list of our training in the upcoming weeks. For the second week of May, we have an upcoming po na ISO trainings. We have office admin management training po. We have also topic in line with financial training programs, some human resource, social works, training programs, records documentation management program, and lastly here we have the leadership and supervisory training program po. And as you will see, we have here a regular price in column F, yung color green po. So yun po yung usual price po natin. But of course, we're offering a discount. So as you can see, it's almost 50% for some few discounts here and there. Okay, so if ever you're interested po, you may reach out to our customer support and you can arrange trainings in line with the topic that you're interested in. Okay, so I'm seeing Chu Hui. I think you speak Tagalog po. And Sir Chen Chaoyang, do you also speak Tagalog? Uh, okay. Well, if anyone can confirm from your side if you speak Tagalog, that would be great, right? Okay, so once again po, here are our trainings. And sa third week of May naman po, we are offering a few leadership training programs, logistics training po, if you're in line with that industry, human resource training po. Okay, we'll also have that there. We have admin training programs under leadership and yung human resource training program po. Okay, so you will see there yung kanyang schedule, right in column D. So here we go. So again po, if you see anything interesting po, then feel free in reaching out to our customer support, okay? And someone from our team is going to lock you in on that particular schedule that suits you best, okay? So we have a couple more here. All right, so let's get back to topic. And there you go. Now, first question I'm going to be asking you guys is that why is it important for businesses to develop a clear and effective marketing strategy? And highly encourage everyone to participate in answering this question. Again, bakit raw po importante or why is it important for businesses to develop a clear and effective marketing strategy? So, ano yung nakukuha natin? What do we get from it? And why is it important to develop a clear and that it's effective po na marketing strategy? So, feel free to utilize yung ating chat box po. We have here, Sir Jordan, of course, to grow your business, right? So this is one of the key things na dapat natin na-achieve, or at least this is one of the things na nakukuha natin. If ever, we're going to do any marketing promotions or in whatever strategy you're going to be taking on, is that, of course, it's to grow your business. We have Miss Geraldine. A well-defined strategy provides a roadmap, of course, helping individuals or organizations stay focused on their goals. Exactly. So, of course, in line with marketing, we have to be very clear about it. We have to be purposeful. We have to target certain audiences, and that it's going to cater the masses, right? And of course, having those specific resources aligned to that particular strategy, then of course, we'll get certain benefits from it, right? And yeah, thank you for that, Miss Geraldine. Anyone else that would like to share your thoughts? Well, as for my side, of course, it's very important because having a marketing strategy, uh, you know, defines the target audiences, diba? Key audience, yung kaya key messages and the channels. Of course, ensuring all of our efforts are aligned and that it's purposeful rather than being scattered. So that's why, having a clear and effective marketing strategy is that important for businesses because it provides direction and it also provides focus. Okay? Anyone else would like to share their ideas, their answers here? How about for our friends from Juhui, Junlong, Huang Jianfu, Huang Jinying, Chen Chaoyang? Any ideas po? Or would you like to share anything in light of the question being asked here? Well, just to of course expand a bit. So, what's important, of course, I could say is that it offers measurable results, right? So, having clear objectives and key performance indicators such as KPIs allow businesses to track the awareness, the progress, evaluate our success, and even make data-driven improvements. If we're being clear in that our way of doing market strategy is that it's effective. So this is one of the key things na nakukuha din natin. Right? But yeah, anyone else would like to share their thoughts? If not, then we can proceed sa next page natin. Okay? Okay, good. So off we go with the introduction to marketing strategy development. Now, of course, we have to beg the question, what is a marketing strategy, right? We have to go back to the very basics. What does it mean? Okay. As mentioned here, our marketing strategy is a comprehensive plan developed by a business to promote its products or services to a target audience effectively. So it outlines how a company will attract and retain customers, achieve its goals, and maintain competitiveness in the market. Of course, that's the very definition of marketing strategy, right? So as we all know, marketing strategy po is a comprehensive, it's a long-term plan that guides how a business promotes its products, their services to a specific target audience in order to achieve its goals and even sustain a competitive position in the market. As we all know, you're not the only company that deals with that certain industry. So of course, you will have other companies to compete with. So having a marketing strategy ensures or that its aim is to sustain your company in terms of your position in the market. Now, it involves detailed research and even analysis to understand the consumer needs, the preferences, and even the behaviors, which in turn helps define the most effective messaging, the channels, and even tactics for engagement, which is very important as well. Now, a strong marketing strategy does more than just outlining the promotional activities. It even aligns marketing efforts with the overall vision and objectives of your organization. But now, this includes setting measurable goals, such as increasing brand awareness, generating leads, even boosting sales and enhancing customer loyalty, or even entering new markets, especially if you have new products and you would like to enter this particular market, then having an effective marketing strategy is going to help you out to introduce your new product or your new product line to the general masses, right? So one of the key components of marketing strategy is that we'll have this market research, which is very important for you to understand the industry landscape, your target market, and even your customer demographics. So of course we have the younger ages, the middle ages, the older ages, right? And of course their buying behaviors, like based on a certain age, what do they usually buy at a middle age like 35 to 54 or even 35 to 44, then what are their buying habits, right, or their buying behaviors. So that's what we get to achieve by doing market research. You can also do marketing mix, such as the four P's. So later on, we're going to be having a discussion more into these topics, which is about the product, the price, the place. The promotions are, of course, well-known strategies that define how the offering will be presented to the market, right? So this is one of the core marketing strategy. Okay. And as you can see here in the image as well, we have your website design, we have planning, we have management, we have offline integration, we have traffic building, social media, optimization process, the conversion analysis. All of these things are going to be part of that components of what builds a strong and effective marketing strategy. Now, we have here the importance of marketing strategies. Of course, number one, focus and direction, right? So with marketing strategy, it provides a clear direction for all marketing efforts and ensures alignment with the company's objectives. So of course, having a marketing strategy gives the business a clear roadmap, like just what Miss Geraldine has mentioned earlier. It provides a particular roadmap on where our company is going, or at least what are our objectives, what are we trying to obtain, what are we aiming for, and that is really important. Okay. So number two, we have resource optimization. So ensures the effective use of resources like the time, the budget, and the workforce, which again is very important that we know that our resources being utilized effectively and that there's this, no wastage, if not, minimum wastage of our resources lang. Now, with marketing strategy, it helps businesses use resources more efficiently, including our time, the money, and the workforce as mentioned here. Now, by planning in advance, companies can then prioritize that offer the best return of investment, or yung ROI, and avoid unnecessary spending. Okay? So next we have customer-centric approach. It helps businesses understand their customers' needs and deliver value accordingly. Okay? So a good marketing strategy kasi is built around a deep understanding of the customer, which is very important because we would like to target those specific customer in order for us to tap into their very interest so that they're going to buy our product. So we need to be able to have that deep understanding as to what our customer wants, needs, their buying behavior, and what especially when you're going to do promotion activities or those advertisements wherein it's going to tap into the emotional aspect of our people. So you need to understand them. Now, aside from that, a marketing strategy allows businesses to tailor your messaging and offerings based on a customer needs, their preferences, and even their pain points, which leads to better customer satisfaction and loyalty. So it goes back to having that deeper understanding as to what your customers are or who they are, what they want, their preferences, what are their needs, what are they having issues with, their pay points, and how could you, as a business, help them out. And then lastly, here we have competitive advantage. So differentiates a company from its competitors, making it stand out in the market. And this is very important. Because like I mentioned earlier, you are not the only company that deals with that kind of business that sells the same products. There are a lot more. So therefore, how can you as a company state out what are you, you know, what's the thing that makes you different from all the other companies out there? So with a strong strategy, a business can actually highlight what makes them unique or even better than its competitors. So this differentiation helps the company stand out in a crowded market, attracting more customers and even improving the market share. So as an example here, we have a startup or a new company, a startup company focusing on eco-friendly products may develop a strategy centered around sustainability to attract environmentally conscious consumers. So if you think about it, if a startup company focuses on eco-friendly products, right, like recyclable materials, or that the raw materials they're used are, of course, coming from recycled products, then therefore it's going to tap into those environmentally conscious consumers. So if you're going to consider all of the importance of the market strategy as mentioned here, we have focus and direction, we have resource optimization, customer-centric approach, and competitive advantage. Now, this is going to illustrate that how aligning strategy with customer values, in this case, sustainability, supports all four benefits. So number one, clear direction. So what's that clear direction we're focusing on? Is that sustainability focus? Okay. Optimize resources. Of course, we are targeting our efforts towards building a sustainable focus approach. Okay. It's customer-centric approach. Of course, we're tapping into the eco-conscious people. So people who are pro-environment, pro-Mother Earth, those kind of people, right? And of course, the competitive advantage is that we're offering this niche positioning because we're focusing on a sustainable product, then therefore this is our niche. This is what we're good at. This is what we're going to target with. So if you think about it, all of those four aspects are being targeted, which is good, right? So moreover, we have here the key elements of a successful marketing strategy. So number one, we have the target audience, right? So identifying and understanding the specific group of people your products or services are intended for, right? So this is going to emphasize the critical step of identifying and understanding the specific group of people your products or services are intended for. Say, for example, you are selling a product, or at least you have a product which is a game, right? So, say for example, the most common ones right now are like Mobile Legends. We have Dota 2. We have all kinds of the mobile games. So, who are we targeting? Of course, the gamer. So long before it was younger ages, right? So you can relate younger ages to gaming. But nowadays, people of all age are all gamers usually. I mean, that's what I'm noticing right now. So therefore, what we're tapping into are the gamer audiences. So we need to understand and we need to target those people because our product are of course all about gaming. So therefore, we need to target those people as well. Now, it's all about knowing who your ideal customers are, their demographics, their age, gender, from which particular region they're coming from, their psychographics, their needs, and even their pain points. Now, if you look at the image as well, if you notice, we have here a crowd, right? And then only a few select of people are with of color, right? So this visual shows a diverse crowd highlighting the importance of narrowing down a specific segment or a specific demographic or a specific select of people within that larger group. Those are your target audiences. Okay. Number two, we have value proposition. So the unique value your products or service offers to customers that competitors don't. Okay. So this focus is on the unique value your product or services offers to customers that competitors don't. Basically, as what we discussed earlier on, is what makes you unique. What makes your product different from everyone else or from all the other competitors out there. And this is very important, is that this unique value proposition. So it's about clearly articulating what makes you different and why customers should choose you. Right? So here are products, and therefore here are the reasons why you should choose us as a company where you're going to buy your, I don't know, your clothes, your food. So you need to offer that kind of statement as to why people should choose you. Is it about the sustainable option? Is it about cheaper prices? Is it about the quality? Is it about where it's made from? So usually they will say it's made from Germany, made from all types of countries. We have this kind of things, right? So it just depends on what type of uniquity you're trying to aim for and what you'd like people to notice. Okay, number three, we have marketing channels. So platforms or methods used to reach your target audience. Example, social media, we have email, we have TV ads, right? So with marketing channels, this refers to the platforms or methods you use to reach your target audience. So examples provided, of course, as mentioned, we have social media like Facebook, Instagram. We have what else? X, or formerly known as Twitter. So or even Snapchat. So whichever you're using or whichever you think most of your demographics or most of your target audiences are, using. Let's say, for example, for gamers, it's usually Discord or what else? And the other social type of media, right? So it just depends on what is the most effective way to reach out to those target audiences that you're trying to tap into. Okay. And then, of course, number four, we have goals and metrics. So specific objectives and measurable metrics to track progress. For example, increased website, movement or whatever. Right. So with here, this highlights the needs for specific objectives and measurable metrics to track the progress. So having clear goals and metrics allows you to assess the effectiveness of your marketing efforts. Like for example, if you have like a search engine, like how many people have a search for this particular topic or have clicked your link. So these things are measurable. So on the number of days, how many people have clicked this particular link. So this is the kind of way that you can actually measure, or how many people have bought your product in 1 month's time. So these are things that you can measure as well. So the goal is to have a goal, of course, to have specific objectives, and have that measurable metrics to track your progress. At what point are you in? Are you at 10%, 50%, 80%, or even are you at 100%? So the goal is for you to know exactly at what point are you are now, because you need something to measure. For without measurement, we will just be guessing. Okay? And of course, in any type of business objective or any type of business initiative, we should not be resorting to guessing or just estimating or guesstimate. Of course, we need to be specific. We need to have the right data points to understand where we're at. Are we effective? Are we not? Are we gaining traction, or are our investments, having that ROI that we're aiming for? If not, then we need to change a different type of strategy. But the goal is for us to have, measurable metrics for us to track our progress with. Okay. Now here we have some common marketing problems in the Philippine context. So as you can see, we have 5% for poor customer engagement. We have 10% for challenges in measuring ROI, because again, we need to have measurable metrics. If we don't have that, then we don't know exactly if our investment is having that ROI. We have high competition at 15%, ineffective targeting 20%, lack of digital skills, we have 25%, and limited budget for marketing at 30%. So let's explain that more in a bit. So as you can see here, for the limited budget of for marketing, so which is usually at 30%, because a lot of companies, or perhaps more than quite a few, don't actually invest too much on marketing. So many small and medium enterprises or SMEs struggle with allocating sufficient funds for marketing efforts. Right? So again, yung mga small to medium enterprises or SMEs operate, of course, with tight budgets. And of course, marketing is often underfunded because they think it's not going to have any traction, it's not that effective. Let's focus on improving the quality, improving the features, and so on. But of course, we should never forget that marketing is very important. All right. So for going back to SMEs, this limits their ability to run ads, hire experts, or even use advanced tools, reducing their visibility and competitiveness. So why does it matter? Of course, without adequate investment, even great products may go unnoticed. So you need to invest in marketing so that your products will be well known to the public. You need to do advertisements. You need to use, for example, specific stars, or investing in a good storyline to tap into the emotional aspect of people. You need to invest money in marketing. If you're not going to do that, then even, good products, even high quality products, may go unnoticed without that specific budget for their marketing. Lack of digital skills. Of course, a significant number of businesses lack trained personnel to manage digital marketing strategies effectively, especially if you're using Google Analytics, wherein it's go again, like I mentioned earlier, tracking clicks or tracking, the traction in your social media platform, or in your website. So we need to have people working for your company that is, of course, tech savvy or have that digital skill. Because, of course, digital marketing requires skills like SEO or search engine, um, yeah, SEO, social media, analytics, and even content creation. So many businesses lack in-house expertise. So that's why they try to hire third-party suppliers, which of course could be costly. But of course, if you have someone from inside, which you pay, of course, in terms of salary, then it's significantly much cheaper than buying, or at least tapping into the third-party vendors. So of course, it makes it hard to plan and execute campaigns effectively. So it matters because having poor digital execution can lead to missed opportunities and even wasted na mga spending. Okay? So number 3, we have ineffective targeting. So poor audience targeting leads to wasted resources and low conversion rates. So Not knowing who the ideal customer is, or even how to reach them, social media or texting, emails, or whatnot, leads to poorly um, poorly targeted campaigns. So this results in low conversion rates and a lot of wasted effort. When you say conversion rates, from you know when you're going to tap into the like marketing strategy, right? If how you're going to convert these leads into actual customers. So if you have low conversion rates, then of course hindi siya naging effective, or it's not being effective at all. So it's very important because having precise targeting improves your ROI. It helps deliver the right message to the right people. So if you're going to target the right people, then we'll have higher conversion rates from being prospects to actual customers. And we need to really target for that. Okay. High competition, 15%. So businesses often face challenges in differentiating their offerings in a crowded market. So exactly, diba? So in many industries, especially online, the marketing, rather the market is saturated. So standing out becomes difficult unless a business has a unique selling proposition or even a creative marketing. So it matters because without differentiation, without that thing that makes you unique, customers are likely to choose more visible or established brands because it's much more well known. It comes from this particular country. It's much of higher quality or whatnot. So we need to, of course, be unique. So going back to what we have discussed earlier. So you need to find something that makes you different from all the other competitors out there. Okay. Next, we have challenges in measuring ROI. So many marketers find it difficult to track and quantify the return on investment from marketing campaigns. So, of course, many SMEs or small to medium enterprises struggle to track which marketing activities are effective. So, this makes it hard to justify spending or improve future strategies. So, it matters because if you can't measure success, it's difficult to manage and scale your efforts. Was it effective? Did the investment, or did the amount you invest in your marketing, um, you know, give you that high conversion rate? So you need to have something that's measurable for you to understand where you're at. Okay, and then lastly, we have poor customer engagement at 5%. Slow engagement levels result in fewer leads and reduce customer loyalty. So even in marketing, even if your marketing strategy reaches the right audience, lack of interaction or even relationship building can, of course, limit your lead generation and even repeat business. So it matters because engaged customers are more loyal and more likely to promote your brand. So we are trying to aim here the word by mouth marketing, that they themselves, without being, without paying your customers, they themselves are going to market for your company, and this is what you're going to aim for. So having good customer engagement enables your customers to do the marketing for you at no cost at all. Okay, and that's what you're going to try to achieve as well. So here we have some signs of signs of bad marketing efforts. So number one, we have high customer acquisition cost, or CAC. So this means the cost of acquiring a new customer outweighs the revenue they bring, signaling inefficiency in marketing strategies. So basically, this is when you spend in marketing, but the amount you got from it is not higher than what you invested. Again, so if you're spending more money to get a customer than the value the customer brings in sales or in lifetime value, it's a red flag. Okay? This suggests that your marketing isn't targeted, it's not efficient, and it's not converting well. So the impact of this is that having unsustainable growth and shrinking profits over time, this can seriously damage your bottom line. Even this could close a company, right? In certain cases. Now, again, so we have a specific example for this. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Blue Apron company. So what happened is that Blue Apron, a meal kit delivery company, spent heavily on marketing. So they spent on TV ads, digital partnerships with people, especially around its IPO in 2017. So the result is that their customer acquisition cost skyrocketed. So they spent a lot on their marketing, but retention was low. And even customers didn't stick around long enough to justify the cost. So that was the sad thing. So the impact that it caused is that they declined in their stock price, their investors were concerned, and even causing layoffs sa kanilang employees. So the lesson we can get from this is that they failed to build the long-term value despite their short-term customer wins. So that's a sad thing. Okay, that's why you need to have something measurable. You need to be able to assess whether you're getting, what you're investing with. Okay. Number two, we have poor brand recognition. So your target market does not associate your brand with the products or service you provide, leading to confusion or even apathy. So what this means is that if your audience doesn't recognize your brand or fails to associate it with your product or service, it means your branding and messaging aren't memorable or even it's not consistent. So the impact that it may cause is that it will cause missed opportunities. It could cause low customer trust and even difficulty in standing out in a competitive market. Okay, so as a real life example, um, not sure if you remember Pepsi in the Philippines, right? So what happened was in the early 90s, Pepsi launched the Number Fever promotion, where customers could win prizes based on numbers printed on bottle caps. So if they see something in the bottle caps, then you will win certain amount of money. So the result was there was a marketing blunder occurred when too many people got the winning number due to an error. So the brand faced lawsuits and even backlash from the people. The impact it caused to Pepsi is that even though Pepsi had a strong global branding, in the Philippines, this incident caused eroded their trust, and even Coca-Cola remained dominant because of that incident. So the lesson here is that one failed promotion damaged long-term brand credibility. So this is not good for any company, right? So this is an example of that. Okay, next we have declining sales or leads. So marketing campaigns do not drive sales or lead generation, showing a disconnect between marketing messages and customer needs. So of course, a key purpose of marketing is to drive demand. We need to um, have people want your product, buy your product. So basically increase the demand. So if you see a drop in sales or lead generation, your campaigns likely aren't reaching or even convincing the right people. So the impact of that is that we will experience this direct financial loss and stalled business growth, or basically it will affect your business growth, that it will become stagnant. So as an example here, what happened with Nokia. So if you all remember, in the early 2000s, Nokia dominated the mobile phones but failed to market its transition to smartphones effectively. So the result of this is that poor promotion of its Symbian OS, if you all remember the Symbian, I even used it myself, did not like it. Of course, and of course, a weak partnership with Windows Phone. I also had it, the Lumia phone, if I remember it right, and led to, of course, a massive decline in market share. So two things that they did wrong: partnering with Symbian, and then partnering with Windows, which are of course good at laptops, computers, PCs, but not on the mobile device realm, right? So that was a very sad thing for Nokia. Okay, so lastly, here we have negative customer feedback. So frequent complaints about ads being misleading, irrelevant, or invasive indicate um, ineffective marketing, right? So what this means, of course, is that when customers complain that your marketing is misleading, annoying, or irrelevant, it shows a lack of understanding of your audience or even a mismatch between the brand promise and the actual experience. So there's that deviation from what's the expected result to the actual experience, right? So the impact of that, of course, damaged reputation, customer churn, and even wasted ad spend. So basically, we're spending for nothing. So as a real life example here, um, I'm not sure if you all saw it. The Kendall Jenner Pepsi ad back in 2017. What happened was Pepsi released an ad or an advertisement wherein Kendall Jenner, yes, one of the Kardashians, if you all know that, handed a Pepsi to a police officer during one of the protests, attempting to link the brand with unity and peace. But the people took a different turn, right? So the ad was seen as a tone deaf and even trivializing real social justice movements. So the impact of that is it caused widespread backlash, meme ridicule, and even Pepsi pulled the ad and issued an apology because of that particular ad. So the lesson that we can get from this is that marketing that lacks cultural sensitivity can harm brand image almost overnight. Just one single image can damage, can even erode, can cause backlash, can cause negative customer feedback. Okay? Now here we'll discuss the forms of marketing strategies. So in today's world po, various marketing strategies have emerged, each tailored to specific industries, goals, and the products or services being advertised. Listed below are some of the most commonly used marketing approaches. So all of which we're going to be discussing in the next page. So let's start first with content marketing. So content marketing po is a strategy focused on creating, publishing, and distributing valuable, relevant, and consistent content to attract and retain a target audience. Okay? So examples here, of course, blog posts, like for example, a health and wellness brand publishing articles about fitness tips. If you all see in the image, that's what you're seeing right now. We have a fitness. We are seeing here the unparalleled power of sleep, how getting enough rest can be key to something, something, right? So as for context, so best used for building trust and authority with your audience over time. Okay. And for the best practices here, you need to focus on quality over quantity. So it doesn't matter how many it is, it's about the quality it offers. Optimize content for search engines or SEOs and use storytelling to engage the audience. So again, for other examples here, you can do some videos. Like for example, a tech company might post how to tutorials or even explainer videos, like how to do this, DIYs, and so on. Ebooks or even guides. For example, a financial services firm could offer a downloadable guide titled "How to Plan for Your Retirement in Your 30s," something like that. You know, something that's going to attract customers, something that's that's going to have that valuable and relevant, even consistent content to attract them, and of course to even retain a target audience, right? And in terms of the best practices, of course, focus on producing fewer but higher quality pieces of content rather than flooding with low value posts. So you're posting a lot of things, but then again, it's not offering that impactful, it's not relevant. So might as well post only a few ones, one or two, or even three. But then again, it's of high quality, which is really important. Aside from that, use search engine optimization. So use right keywords, titles, and even structure to your content that can easily be found online. Like I'm searching for fitness. So as soon as I type on fitness, then one of the recommendation that Google is going to show is your website, because this is what you have put as to the right keywords that your customers might search for, and that your website will also show if they're going to type in this particular words. Okay. You can also do storytelling. So share stories that emotionally connect with your audience, whether it's customer success stories, founder journeys, or even relatable challenges. So, for example, we have the PWDs, we have people suffering a loss, or people, in line with relationship problems, just like what Jollibee did before, right? So, yeah, uh, I'm not sure if you have seen the video that Jollibee posted a few years back. You know, like your best friend is marrying someone else, something like that. So having that kind of storytelling is going to tap into the emotional aspect of people, which makes it then more memorable for them, and of course make your company be, again, something that they can remember. Okay. Oh, tapping into a lot of things. Okay, so next we have social media marketing. So leveraging social media platforms to promote products, build brand awareness, and engage with audience. So examples here, if you all know the TikTok trends, a cosmetic brand creating a viral makeup challenges. So if you see the videos right here you go. So that's one of the TikTok trend that people usually, watch in TikTok. So for context, effective or for brands targeting your younger audiences or those who actively engage on social platforms. So nowadays, it's not only the younger people that uses social media; it's for all ages now, right? But then again, it depends upon what they usually search, what they usually watch in TikTok, and based on that, they're going to see your videos, right? So best practices here, use analytics, which is really important to measure your performance. So of course, what else? Tailor content to each platform, respond promptly to audience interaction. So these are some of the things that are going to be referred to as best practices. So again, when you're talking about tailor content to platform, of course, what works on TikTok might not work in LinkedIn. Customize your tone, your format, and even your visuals accordingly. So if you all know, for TikTok, it should be around, I think, less than a minute, or even for some, it's not going to be as high as you know not more than 1 minute nga, or even 30 seconds, or even 15 seconds lang. So again, it certainly depends on what type of social media you are using. So as for analytics, of course, you need to monitor performance metrics like the reach, yung kanyang engagement, the click-throughs, the rates, and conversions to refine your strategy, which are very important things in line with social media marketing. Number three, we have search engine optimization, or SEOs. So, a strategy to increase website visibility in search engine results pages, or SERPs, by optimizing content and website structure. So, for example, as for examples here, a travel agency targeting best holiday destinations in Asia. But looking at the pictures right here, or the image we have right here, we have some the Knot, Wedding in Inspo, Wedding Wire, Wedding Idea. So these are the tapping into the SEOs. So once people search for any of this text, then it's going to lead them to this particular post of yours. Okay? Kasi when we talk about SEOs, it is a key strategy for improving your website visibility on search engine results pages, or again SERPs, by optimizing its content and your structure. So just to break down a bit, so we have this keyword optimization, choosing the right keywords the potential customers are likely to use when searching your products or services. Again, when searching sa Google, if you type in certain words, for example, like wedding planner, something like that. So if you search for wedding, then it should lead them to your website. So being able to tap into the right keywords that your potential customers might use will make your website much more visible to them. Okay. Now, as for context, ideal for businesses seeking long-term organic traffic growth. So this is going to be constant. This is going to be it's not going to change. If not, you're just going to add words if you think that's going to lead to your website. Okay. So as for the best practices, research high volume, low competition keywords, ensure fast page loading times, fresh and regular updated content. So one thing to note here is those you know the keyword research. So again, focus on high volume, low competition keywords that are relevant to your audience. Tools like Google Keyword Planner or Ahrefs or even SEMrush can find these particular words, right? And even yung content optimizations, of course, you have to regularly publish fresh, high quality, and relevant content that that actually adds value to your target audiences. Okay, that's also very important po. And here, under the thing, ensure fast page loading times. So it's also very important to have that because people need to enter to your website as fast as it could because people could just press on back or even close the browser if the loading time is too long. So that's why your page shouldn't be that heavy because if your page or your landing page has too many videos, has too many contents, it's going to make your website that heavy. And therefore the loading time could be that long, which could then affect their attention span. Okay, so a lot of things to consider here. So for now, let's move on to the next page. We have email marketing. So sending targeted and personalized emails to prospects and customers to build relationships and drive conversions. So for examples here, promotional campaigns, so offering discounts during holidays. So if you all notice, companies sending you emails, where do they get it? Of course, it's in the pool of big data. So of course, you sign on to terms and condition to your social media platforms. So usually we just say yes to this, that your preferences, that your searches is going to be sold to the companies. And therefore, if they see that you're interested in something like this, then they're going to show you ads or even send you emails. Okay. So for context, effective for nurturing leads and maintaining customer loyalty. So just going to send them email because it is much more direct. Hey Elmer, or hey Geraldine, we think you'll be interested with the below promotional activities or promotions, something like that. Because they know that you want it, they know that you're searching for it in Lazada and Shopee, and therefore they're going to send you emails in line with your preferences, right? So for best practices here, segment your email list by audience type, use compelling subject lines to increase open rates, include clear calls to action or CTAs, right? So you need to choose the best keyword so that people will actually click the email and not, of course, see it as a phishing or see it as a malicious content. So you need to find that right keyword or keywords that's going to attract people to clicking that link and opening the message so that they will know exactly what you're trying to promote, especially increasing the font, um, bolding the right keywords or the 50% discount, something like that. That's going to make them notice much faster. So these are some of the best practices here. Next, we have pay-per-click advertising or PPC. So a digital advertising model where advertisers pay a fee each time their ad is clicked. So this is what you usually see on the free games, free websites. It's going to be showing at the bottom or on the top or on the sides. Even your phone, you're going to be seeing that. So here as an example, social media ads, right? So Facebook ads targeting users based on demographics and interests. So when you're watching videos, it's going to have like a mini advertisement, and then there's a link that you can click there, And each time you click on that, then there's the advertisers will pay a fee for those every time someone clicks. So it's useful for driving immediate traffic or even sales. And that for best practices, it sets a clear budget and monitoring spending. Because it's every when someone clicks, then someone needs to pay. So it's much easier for you to track, right? And test different ad formats to determine what works best, using strong CTAs to improve click-through rates, or what we can refer to as the CTRs. Okay. Next, we have influencer marketing. So, collaborating with individuals who have a significant online following to promote your product or service. So, it's significantly, uh, you know, expensive, of course, because you're going to, of course, hire or even, pair up or be doing collabs with this social media influencers or even stars or celebrities, right? So here, as an example, a Instagram influencers, a fitness influencer promoting protein shakes, right? So as for context, it's highly effective for reaching niche audiences, especially for those that are following this social media influencer and are trying to follow what their lifestyle are. And there are a lot of people that tries to follow certain celebrities on what they eat, what they wear, where they go, what they buy. So these are the type of people that you're trying to target as an audience. Or that, when you see a face, familiar face, you try to look what you're trying to promote because you know them. You see them in movies, you see them in posters, billboards, and so on. So once you see videos, even if you're not interested with their lives, you get to be interested what you're trying to promote, right? So this is the effect of doing collabs with celebrities. So best practices. So of course, choose influencers who align with your brand values, which also is very important. Measures ROI through unique promo codes or affiliate links. Prioritize authenticity over follower count, okay, which is very important that we can tap onto the authentic side. We are being legitimate. We are being honest. Okay. Brand storytelling, so creating narratives that resonate with your audience and reflect your company's values, mission, or history. So if you see Dove, so they are trying to hire or they're hiring those diverse culture. We have the black people, we have Asian, we have older ages, all ages of all kind, from any race, from any regions, and therefore it's going to have um, that impact wherein we promote inclusivity or sensitivity towards the diverse culture. So here are advertisements. So a commercial about a fast small family bakery expanding globally, right? So something that can tap onto those people that are doing startups or have small businesses, then therefore it's really going to tap those kind of people as well. Now, for context, it's ideal for emotional connection and long-term loyalty. So again, one of the things that Jollibee did a few years back, yung mga nakakaiyak nila na mga advertisements, right? For best practices here, focus on the emotional appeal, keep stories consistent across all channels, involve real customer testimonials and not fake ones. Because if those people that knows exactly who those people are that you're showing in your video, people are gonna say, "Hey, I know that person. That's not real. The story is just made up." Then this is going to affect, um, you know, your customers' belief as to what your company is standing for. So therefore, find real people with real stories and showcase them on your videos. That's how you tap onto the emotional connection to your target audiences. Direct marketing. So, of course, targeting specific individuals with tailored messages through channels like email, direct mail, or even phone calls. So, example here, of course, text message campaigns. So, a gym sending reminders for membership renewals. Like, hey, sino yung mga participants dito? Say, for example, wait a moment. Si Sir Jordan. Hey, Sir Jordan, your gym membership is going to expire later this month. So we're reminding you to do this, to do that, to refresh your gym membership before the set date, right? So direct marketing. So for context, effective for personalized communication. But for some people, they are not that into direct marketing. They don't want their phones being texted because they seem it's too personal, something like that, or even on emails. But then again, it does has its effect, on certain people. So best practices here: personalize messages as much as possible. If you can add in their names, much better, because you will know exactly that that person knows you, right? Monitor response rates to refine campaigns, and even ensure compliance with privacy laws. Very important. Okay? Because you don't want to have issues with, of course, sa batas, diba? Because you will get fines and even imprisonment in, it depends upon the situation, right? So, iwasan po natin yan. Okay, so next we have guerrilla marketing. So, creative, unconventional tactics to promote a product or service in a way that grabs attention. So if you see there, example yung street art, a mural promoting an upcoming movie. Now for context, it's great for generating buzz and media coverage on a limited budget. So it's much more cheaper compared to the other ones. So for best practices here, you have to be creative and unique. You need to focus on the local engagement, and you need to use social media to amplify the impact. Okay? So that's it with guerrilla marketing. So for now, let's do the activity po, and we will call this one write it up. So what you will need to do is you need to select one marketing strategy, discussed and conceptualize your marketing efforts. How will you use this marketing strategy to reach your target? Okay? So I would like you to choose po one marketing strategy here and try to think of how you're going to use that marketing strategy to reach your target. So we have content marketing, we have social media, SEOs, email marketing, pay-per-click advertising, influencer marketing, brand storytelling, direct marketing, and guerrilla marketing. Mhm. Okay, so again, I would like you to choose one and then let me know how you're going to use that to reach out to reach your target. So again, use our chat box po for you to be able to answer the question. Okay, so just to get back on Chu Hui's question, is there an attendance sheet? So actually po, earlier, well, I think, yeah, earlier one of our hosts were here and they were the ones who were checking the attendance. So yes po. Miss Geraldine, social media marketing. So how are you going to use that po to reach to your target? For Junlong Wu, social media, do boosting, but is it smart to do that to get more audiences? I would say yes, because of course, um, most, if not all, the people are in social media right now. Therefore, boosting it is going to be that effective because, and it's also smart because again, you can now reach out to people, even older audiences. Even my mom at 62 years old is using Facebook. So therefore, is it smart to get more audiences? The answer, simple, yes. Jordan, social marketing strategy po, puro phone hawak ng tao kasi. And that's true. Um, I'm into market research, right? So that's my industry. And one of the key things that I've noticed is that a lot of people have swayed from using desktop, or at least most of the people right now are, if not all, are just focusing on their phones. When you walk on the streets, people use their phones. When you're sitting at a jeepney, LRT,
or MRT, you know, PNR, all of the people are using their phones, right? So it's much more easier to reach out to those people because at the palm of their hands, you can reach out to them. Okay. Sir Aldrin, influencer marketing. Okay, low cost, high output if done right. Yeah, exactly. But you just have to choose the right influencer. But then again, influencers right now are pricing at a very high prices. Depends upon who they are. But if you have these influencers who are at least having 1 million subscribers, then of course you can now reach out to a lot of people. But yeah, Junlong, but for small businesses who has only limited budget, is there any way aside from boosting posts to get audiences? Small businesses. Well, if you think about Facebook posts right now, it's not that expensive. Like, as what I've known, it ranges from 50 pesos to even 100 pesos. Depends upon the uh, the scale that you would like to reach, but it's not that expensive anymore. It's like 50 pesos per day, I'm guessing. So I would say it's not that expensive, right? So if you would like to be a more cheaper, I would say the guerrilla marketing, because it's much more cheaper, but then again you still have to use social media, because guerrilla marketing again is a very unconventional and creative marketing strategy in that it uses low cost but high impact tactics to promote a product or service. Basically, guerrilla marketing is designed to catch people off guard, grab their attention, and generate buzz in an unexpected way. So this approach is typically used to create memorable experiences, raise awareness, and even encourage viral sharing. But you have to be creative, and it needs to be a surprise, because guerrilla marketing thrives on creativity, often leveraging on surprise to make it a lasting impression. So if you all saw that video, like people are going to throw water onto you, and then a person from the company is going to be splashed water, and then they're going to introduce their product. So something like that. It's going to caught you off guard, because you're not going to think that it's an advertisement. So it's going to make people remember your product because they were surprised that it was actually a promotional video or even an advertisement. What about getting ambassador? Is it good for low budget? Well, depends upon the type of person that you're getting, or depends upon again right now, right? Um, because people are more into social media, so depends upon what this ambassador is. What they're standing on, what people think about them, because when tapping into ambassadors, because people need to know them, people need to trust them, people need to know that person as a something that's fighting for something, and therefore that's going to be effective. For if it's low budget, totally depends upon the ambassador you're getting, but in certain contexts, in certain people, perhaps yes. But again, if I'm really going to aim for something that's cheaper, then I would use guerrilla marketing. Okay. So again, you're gonna be seeing a lot of videos in TikTok and Facebook Reels that you did not expect as a advertisement at all. Therefore, again, it's going to really surprise you. It's going to be very creative, which makes people remember your product even more. Okay. So just to read some of your answers as well. For Geraldine, create relevant and engaging content, post content that resonates with your audience, educational, entertaining, or emotional. Yes, use videos, visuals, and storytelling to grab attention and encourage interaction. Yeah, that's true. Social media allows direct interaction with your audience, responding to comments, addressing questions, and showing the human side of your brand. Exactly. That we need to show our human side, right? Helps create a stronger customer relationships and loyalty. Yeah, I agree with that, Miss Geraldine. I like that. Brand storytelling then goods to connect with your customer. Yeah, and build it on trust. Yeah, again, I'm always going to mention the Jollibee video, because a lot of people actually cried from those videos. Having um two best friends, right? You thought that they're going to marry each other, but what happened in the video was that woman married someone else, which is a very common thing that's happening around, which is being friend zoned. So that kind of emotional video is going to really make people remember, right? Your video, which then alternatively makes them, cater your products. Actually, 50 per day, I don't think it can reach a lot of audience. Well, yes and no. Wait. Well, because our company, right, we have SCCS. So this is one of the things that we're actually using, which in Facebook for us to post advertisements. So that's the amount we're paying. Well, at least the one that we're using. So depends upon how big your scale is on the map, like in the Philippines, right? So the bigger the scale, the higher amount you're paying. But if you would like to reach like nationwide, then yes, that's going to be very expensive. But if it's just one region, then yes, I think it ranges from 20 to 50 pesos, I'm guessing. So I'm not the one who's in charge of that. It's it's my CEO. But then again, it can indeed reach a lot of audience because in that certain span, and then knowing that a lot of people, if not all of the people, uses social media, then it can indeed reach a lot of audience. But of course, tapping into the social media marketing, especially in TikTok, Reels, Instagram Reels, by that alone, you can already reach a lot of people. And then aside from that, if it's that impactful, people are going to share that video to someone else, which then expands your target audiences, right? But then again, can you suggest any traditional marketing? Traditional marketing. Well, email marketing. That's one of which. It was used way back then. We have direct marketing. That's when you're texting people via SMS. So these are very traditional. But then again, comparing that to our current era, I don't think that's that effective anymore. People are using social media, then therefore let's tap onto what's the norm. So therefore, again, I would highly suggest social media marketing because this is where people can be easily reached. Um, a few people, there's only a few people I know that actually text messages right now. They're just texting via Messenger, via, you know, how do you call this? Telegram. Then therefore, it's much more easier to just tap into social media and not into the email marketing because I'm not sure if people still check their emails, but for corporate people, yes, we do check that. But still, it's much more easier to tap into what's the most common thing that people use it nowadays. Flyers and brochures, printed materials, handed out events, or okay, yes, that's also true. And that's, well, if it's low cost, well, compared to the other ones, yes. Can I ask how to identify or avoid fake buyers? Hmm. How do we do that? Well, if we think about how to avoid siguro yung mga fake buyers, mm, wait, I think we have a way to filter them. So I think in order for us to identify fake buyers, it's you can actually use or at least check their unusual email addresses or their domains. So single string emails number like for example abc123xyz at gmail.com. So that's not a real email at all, right? So look for inconsistency between the mail or their email addresses and supposed company name or even person. That's one of which that you can identify as a fake buyer, or incomplete or providing incomplete or mismatch information. Signs like inconsistent billing, not sending the right or complete shipping info, vague company details, or you having fake names like John Buyer or whatever type of name. So that could be it. Or di kaya they're overly rushed or aggressive behavior, you know? Fake buyers often try to rush the process. Kung pwede, skip na yung mga step na yan, or even demand immediate attention or immediate action. So I need this order shipped right now. I'll pay extra for fast delivery. Then they will actually use a stolen credit card. So this is one of which that dapat nababantayan natin. What else? They use high-risk payment methods. So the signs, they use prepaid cards, stolen credit cards, or unverifiable payment details. That's also one of which. But there's like a lot of ways for us to really identify. Maybe a buyer who constantly asks for discount for lower prices, especially. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Especially after agreeing to the original price, maybe a scammer trying to exploit the transaction. Yeah, that could also be it. But like I mentioned, there's also one of which, diba, always rushing the order, using high-risk payment methods, or even their email addresses or their names in their emails are not, or not, at least not sounding legitimate. Okay? Or what else? Again, you're not providing all of the information from them. Again, the shipping information, their their billings, vague company details, fake names again. So this is all, I think, one of which that then we can notice that they are not legitimate as they say they are. Okay. So thank you all so much for showing your answers and for sharing your thoughts, even the questions being asked. So for now, let's continue to the last session of our discussion, or this is the we're already at 11:30, right? So we'll have 30 minutes left. So now let's discuss choosing the right mix, the product, the place, the price, and promotion. So this is what we're referring to as the 4 P's of marketing. So the marketing mix, often referred to as the 4 P's, the product, the price, the place, and promotion, is a foundational concept that helps businesses design and implement an effective marketing strategy. So below is an explanation of each component, including best practices and examples for choosing the right mix. So again, as mentioned here, the product, the place, the price, and promotion. So all of which we're going to discuss individually in the next pages. So starting first with the product. So the product is the good or the goods or services a company offers to meet the needs or desires of its target audience. It includes the features, the quality, the branding, the packaging, and after-sales service. Oh, we have a question here. How can we avoid customers who didn't totally finish their transaction with us? Sample. Wait, let me. How can we avoid customers who didn't totally finish their transactions with us? Okay. Sample, they ask for the price. Customers like that. Okay. They ask for the price, ordered, and then when we sent the quotation and even prepared the item, then they just didn't reply. We always encounter customers like that. Well, that's a sad thing. And I'm sorry that you're experiencing like that. So I think what to do is we need to ask like two to three quick filtering questions, right? Before you prepare a quote. For example, you need to ask them, when do you need this? And will this be paid upfront or COD? So politely verify the intent just to confirm. Once the quote is sent, will you be proceeding right away? So just asking those kind of questions. So why it helps? Because this discourages time wasters and ensures you are prioritizing those serious buyers. So just asking them, when do you need this? Will this be paid upfront, or is this cash on delivery? Or just even just asking them just to confirm, once the quote is sent, will you be proceeding right away? Something like that. Or use formal questions with validity. a clear expiry date, so you can use especially, like valid for 3 days, something like that, or a note like, we will begin preparing your item once we receive confirmation of this quotation. So something like that. So it helps because it creates urgency and sets expectations for commitment before any prep starts. So before you prepare your orders, before you prepare their orders, you need to ask them that this is only valid for 3 days, the quotation that you have sent, and therefore you will only begin preparing their item that they're going to order once you receive their confirmation of this quotation that you're sending. What else? You can also ask for a non-refundable deposit if that's possible, even small, like 10% deposit. So prepare before preparing or even reserving the item. So communicate clearly. Due to a high demand, we now prepare orders only after reservation fee is received. So you can use reservation fee. So again, even as small as 10% can also do. Or what else? I'm not sure if you're also familiar with automated follow-ups. So you need to have someone like an IT prepare that for you, like via SMS or via email or even WhatsApp. So you can say, "Hi, client, just a quick follow-up on your quotation. Do let us know by tomorrow or by the week after if you would like to proceed." So it actually helps because sometimes people just forget or they get distracted. So a gentle nudge or a gentle reminder can actually revive the sale or get closure if they're not going to proceed with the order. So actually there's like a lot of ways, right? To for you to do that. So I know we shouldn't prepare before that for Hanan, but just to meet that, we are prepared. Okay, okay, I understand that. I understand that. So, like I mentioned, you can do those things that I've mentioned. So wait, I'm going to type you a few things. Okay, perhaps going to send ko na lang or whatnot. Okay, so just to state again what I mentioned, um, you can use reservation fee. I would really suggest doing that because it's going to, show that they're being committed on their orders, right? Or again, just asking them, giving deadlines is going to help as well. Let me type that for you. Mm-hmm. Wait a moment. Wait. May tina-type lang po ako, ah. Mhm. Okay, wait a moment, you guys. Just need to help our participant with this as much as I can. Siguro I can give you this as an example. All right. Something like that. Okay, so let's continue. Hopefully that's fine with you. Okay, so we have here a product. Of course, product refers to the goods or services that your company offers to fulfill the needs or the wants of your target market. It encompasses not only the core offering, but also associated attributes such as design, the features, quality, the branding, the packaging, and of course, as mentioned here, the after sales service, right? So the best practices here is that you need to understand customer needs through market research. So you also need to focus on innovation and differentiation. Okay, what makes you different from all the other companies to stand out in the market. and regularly update and improve the product based on feedback. As an example here, Apple as a company, if you all know about Apple iPhone, right? MacBook designs its products, especially iPhones, with cutting edge features like sleek design and user friendly interfaces, making them a premium choice in the tech market, right? So this is your product. You're really going to tap into their features, yung kanyang quality, its branding, the packaging, of course, as well, and the after sales service. If ever they're going to be encountering any type of issues, then there's a customer support that they can reach out to. So in line with tech support or any kind of after sales support that they need. Okay. So product examples here, we have tangible products like, for example, Jollibee's famous Chicken Joy, catering to Filipino taste, preferences for crispy, flavorful fried chicken. But we all know people like fried chickens, right? Especially Filipinos. Okay, so we have here, just going back to the question of Chihui, Ms. Geraldine also offered a way. So maybe create a simple but clear ordering policy where transaction isn't considered confirmed until the customer completes a key step, such as filling out an order form. There we go. Paying a reservation fee or down payment. Yeah, like I mentioned, 10% fee is it's a good way because you get to get something like amount, a payment before preparing anything. Signing a basic order agreement, even digital confirmation. Yeah. Thank you for that, Miss Geraldine. This is really helpful as well. I like that. Okay, so going back to the topic, of course, we have Gcash. So Gcash, a mobile wallet service widely used for cashless payment, bills, and money transfers, right? So this is what makes them different. So from that, you can pay bills, both the bank and so on. You can also invest money, right? So we have coins, we have PayMaya, we have Gcash. For some reason, Gcash made it, right? Gcash is number one, as far as I know. Localized products, so San Miguel's low alcoholic beverage targeting health conscious people or Filipinos who want a lighter drink option. So San Mig Light, right? So as note, Jollibee continuously innovates its menu to offer localized dishes like the Palabok Fiesta and Halo Halo, which resonates with Filipino culture and preferences, right? This is how you tap into the differentiation type of thing. What makes you different or what makes you tap into the culture of your target audiences, which is the Filipino. We like fried chicken, we like palabok, we like halo halo, something sweet, something savory. So those are the things that people usually like. So therefore, we're gonna tap into that. Okay, that's how you get people. Next, we have the price. Of course, the very basic thing that any company is going to tap into. So price refers to the amount a customer pays for a product or service. Pricing strategies affect a perceptions of a value and demand. So as for the best practices here, of course, aligning with customer expectations and competitors' pricing. So going lesser than what the other competitors are trying to ask people from, that could be a way to go. Use pricing models such as cost plus, value based, or competitive pricing. So you can also do that. All right. So in terms of the cost plus pricing, it's a adding a markup to production cost. Or yung value based could be price based on the perceived customer's value. So based on, okay, if I'm going to show you this particular product, how much do you think it would cost you? Something like that. Competitive pricing. Um, Match or undercut competitors' prices strategically. So if the other product is selling at 1,000 pesos, you're going to be selling at 900 or 850, much cheaper than the other one, so that people will have that perception that, hey, it's the same product, but I'm going to pay much cheaper than this for this one. And so I'm going to choose your product because, again, it's significantly much cheaper than the other products who offers the same products or services, right? That kind of competitive pricing. Or periodically reviewing pricing based on market trends and demands. right? So that can also can be done. So monitor market trends, the consumer behavior, inflation, and even cost changes to ensure prices stays relevant and that it is sustainable. So you also need to adjust pricing to reflect seasonal shifts, demand surges, or di kaya new product features. So you can change your prices based on that. So as an example here, Netflix uses a tiered pricing model. So we have basic, we have standard, and we have the premium. And for each of those uh, pricing model, each of them have their individual set of benefits, right? So for basic, you can only use one phone, one TV, for example. For standard, you can use two phones, two to four, 2 to 5 phones and TVs. But for premium, it's unlimited, right? So no matter how many um, device that you may have, you can log in your Netflix account. You can also do, screen mirroring to make it much larger, so something like that of a feature, right? So it allows customers to choose based on their needs and budget, increasing accessibility. So I'm a customer, but I have low budget, but I want to access Netflix. So therefore, Netflix, in terms of their marketing strategy, as they focus on the price as one of the four P's, is that they're offering much significantly lesser prices so that they can also allow accessibility to those people who are on a tight budget, right? So this is what we can tap into. So for price examples, we have for Lucky Me. So instant noodles like Lucky Me, Pancit Canton cater to budget-conscious Filipinos while offering a quick and tasty meal option. It's priced at what, 9 pesos, 10 pesos, and you know can already be satisfied with the amount and the taste. Okay. Bench. So Bench offers high quality clothing at a higher price point, appealing to middle class and affluent customers. Right. So it's of the quality, and the price is just somewhere in the middle, of course. And of course, lastly here we have telecom companies like Globe and Smart offers prepaid load bundles combining call, text, and data at discounted rates to of course cater to value-seeking customers. So that's also one of which that you can also do. Okay, so for Mang Inasal, known for its affordable meals with unlimited rice, attracts customers looking for value for money dining. So I'm paying for this amount. I should be eating a lot. So I think you can buy their Petcho at what, 170, I guess. Guilty of going to Mang Inasal. And then plus 35 pesos for the unlimited rice. So that's an amount of 205. But then again, it's only rice, right? It's big chicken. We have only soup. We have the condiments that are also for free. So, it's good for value, right? So you can tap on the price aspects. Okay. Next, we have the place. So place refers to distribution channels and locations where the product is made available to customers. It ensures that the product is accessible at the right time and location. So best practices here, of course, is to identify the channels most convenient for your target audience. For example, we have retail, e-commerce, or direct sales, right? So for this one, you need to select distribution methods. Again, for retail stores, for e-commerce platforms, social media, or even direct selling that your target market frequents or frequently uses. Or use a mix of online or offline distribution to maximize reach. So what you need to do here is that you will need to have this omni-channel approach, right? So ibig sabihin, combine online and combine offline channels to increase accessibility and meet customers where they are. And then you need to provide a consistent customer experience across all touch points. So whatever it may be, online or offline, the experience should be the same. Okay. And then, of course, you can also optimize your distribution for convenience and speed. So you need to partner with logistics providers like LBC, Ninja Van, Grab. What else? And all the other logistics companies out there, or even third-party platforms for timely deliveries, which is very important. It taps into the timely aspect of things. Whenever customers order things, they need it to be delivered as soon as possible. So you need to pair with those trusted courier services, which can provide, fast delivery method, and that their products are not going to be harmed or damaged in any way or even lost. You know, so yeah, as an example here as well, Amazon's global e-commerce platform ensures customers can purchase products anytime, anywhere with fast delivery options. So Amazon right now is going global. So I think they can also deliver to the Philippines, but at a costly. I think they tap into DHL courier services. Haven't tried them yet, but yeah, they can still deliver. I've known some friends from China, specifically in Shenzhen, that also ask orders, or I think orders from Amazon. So they travel, no, they deliver from US all the way to China. And they said it's top notch. It's good product. They're not damaged, and they are delivered in a timely manner, considering the distance. So for examples here, we have physical store on super malls, SM, right? SM super malls with branches strategically located in urban and provincial areas, so providing easy access to a wide variety of goods and services, right? So aside from that, we have e-commerce like Lazada and Shopee, which now dominates the online shopping space, offering nationwide delivery, especially to areas without physical retail stores. And I think in terms of clothes, we have Shein, and one of which that are trying to race up with Shopee and Lazada is Temu. So who here has ordered Temu? Just a quick check po. Anyone order from Temu? No one yet? Well, I myself haven't, but my mom is an avid fan of Temu for some reason. But hey, if it offers low prices uh, and delivers fast and gets you the thing that you need, then might as well. Not yet parang mahal. Yeah, I thought so as well. They're offering like 0 pesos on certain products, but I'm not sure if that's actually the real. But hey, what gets you to receive your product? Use that. Temu, yes. Their products are good. I'll take your word for that, Juhui. I'll try that. Just need to search. I mean, I've seen something there, a car seat cover, which I think their price is at 3,000 pesos. Well, if you think about physical store selling car seats, a leather, it's priced at 5,000, 6,000 pesos, right? So I would say it's much cheaper. Not sure the price in Shopee or Lazada. Even TikTok right now is selling products, right? So we have lots of options, everyone. Local market, wet markets or palengke, as we call it, remain a vital channel for fresh produce and household items in rural and urban communities. And of course, we all know that. So as you can see here, we have a note. A sari-sari store in neighborhoods provides convenience for Filipinos purchasing daily essentials like snacks, condiments, or toiletries without having to travel far and not having to wear, good clothes. Because if you need to go to SM, you need to wear, you know, fancy clothes or at least comfortable clothes, right? Or casual clothes. But for palengke, you can just wear whatever you want. You can wear sando, you can wear shorts, slippers. But then again, I saw people wearing sleeping clothes going to mall. So what do I know? Okay, so Juhei, the price is a bit pricey, but I'd rather order in Temu than ordering on cheap goods. Exactly. I mean, if the quality is that good and significantly cheaper than in malls, then yeah, I guess you're buying the right thing. But yeah, I'll take your word for it, Sir Juhei. Try to buy from Temu. Okay, and then lastly, we have promotion. So promotion involves the methods used to communicate the value of a product or service to the target audience. This includes advertising, sales promotions, public relations, and digital marketing, right? So of course, promotion refers to that particular strategy and communication channels a business uses to inform, to persuade, and remind its target audience about its products or services. It encompasses advertising, sales promotions, public relations, and even digital campaigns designed to build brand awareness, drive sales, and even strengthen customer relationships. So one of the best practices here is that you need to customize your promotional messages to resonate with the target audiences, right? So you need to craft a promotional content that aligns with the values, the interests, and behavior of your audiences. So you need to use local language, the culture is very important thing, and relevant themes to boost relatability and even the impact that it may cause to your target audiences, right? Aside from that, use a multi-channel approach such as social media, email marketing, and traditional media, like what Miss Geraldine has mentioned earlier, brochures, those can be, effective as well, or flyers, right? Though in terms of price, I'm not quite sure. But then again, given that the supply is quite high, then I think the prices will be, yeah, I mean, the supply is very high, therefore the prices should be low. But yeah, if you know someone that's near that offers cheaper prices, then choose that, right? So going back to topic, of course, you need to combine digital platforms like social media, email, influencers with traditional media, for example, like TV advertisements, radio advertisements, and of course, print out medias, again, brochures, flyers, and so on, for a broader reach. And of course, you need to also reinforce the messaging across channels to enhance brand recall. Okay, so it should be the same. Okay, no, it also needs to be reinforced so that people will actually know what you're selling, what you're aim for, what your mission is. And aside from that, you need to also measure and optimize your campaigns. You need to track campaign performance through metrics such as engagement, um, conversions, again, from lead to customer, and of course, the ROI. That's also needed here. So as an example, here as well, Coca-Cola's holiday campaigns combine TV ads, social media contests, and point of sale promotions to reinforce brand loyalty and drive seasonal sales, right? So yung mga TV commercials nila, as you all know, they feature festive family moments while they're eating dinner, buying liempo or buying lechon manok. And then, of course, you're going to be looking for something that's going to even out the saltiness of those food. So you need something sweet. So that's where Coca-Cola comes into play, or social media contest, encouraging user engagement. So if you collect 10 caps, or at least if you find a cap that has winner on inside the bottle cap, you will win 1,000,000 pesos. So, it encourages user engagement, right? Or even in-store promotions like limited edition packaging, or if you buy 1.5, you will get their limited edition Coca-Cola, Christmas Christmas glasses, or their cups or their mugs or whatever, something that encourages people to buy your products. It creates this unified seasonal experience that enhances brand loyalty and even boosts holiday sales, right? So you can also do that. Long before I've had that, yung mga Coca-Cola glasses, it's offered in different colors. There's like red, there's green, there's white, and then if you collect them all, then you collect it all, right? But yeah, long before we had that in our family. Well, they all wind up being broken, stolen, or lost. But yeah, we have here from promotion examples. Again, advertising Coca-Cola's Christmas campaigns, which resonate with the family-oriented culture of Filipinos during the holidays. So if you all know, and I think we all share the same experience that during Christmas or whatever holiday it may be, festive holiday, you'll always have Coca-Cola on your table, right? So it brings that kind of a memory from when we were children, you know, running around, eating spaghetti, and then drinking Coca-Cola. Something like that of an advertising. Sales promotion. So Watson's frequent buy one, take one offers encourages impulse buying of personal care products. Or if you buy this product, you will get the second product 50% off. Something like that of a sales promotion. Or with Ayala Malls, with their public relations. So Ayala Malls host community events and concerts, fostering goodwill and drawing customers to their locations. So they're, pairing up or collabs with celebrities, doing concerts inside their malls so that people will go to the mall. So then they will also, perhaps they will buy clothes, buy food, or buy any other products while they're already there in the malls. Something like that of an approach. So as a note here, GCash frequently collaborates with local influencers to promote its services on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, targeting tech-savvy Filipinos. Not quite sure who their influencers are. I forgot who is it. I know for Pay Maya, it's Liza Soberano and that woman who starred in a Netflix show. I forgot her name, but yeah, that person. GCash, I'm not sure. But then again, you can do this to pair up or to collab with influencers just to to enhance your the brand awareness basically. Okay, so with that concludes our discussion for this topic, and I would just like to ask you one final question. Now, what are some challenges businesses face in balancing the four P's of marketing, and how can they overcome these challenges? So we have the four P's, we have the product, the price, the place, promotion. So as we all know, that can be complex, especially in dynamic markets. So what are those common challenges that business may face in balancing the four P's? And of course, how can they overcome that? Let me know your thoughts in the chat box, or So I'm gonna be giving you some time to to think about what to answer here. Hmm. For me, I think it should be about the distribution limitation, siguro. So the challenge I'm seeing is that reaching the right audience at the right time, especially across digital and physical channels, can be difficult. So what I think can be done here, whenever we're facing distribution limitations, is that you need to adopt a multi-channel distribution strategy. Again, retail, e-commerce, right? And also you need to partner with, again, reliable logistics providers to ensure timely delivery, and of course leverage on data analytics for you to optimize inventory and delivery locations. So because that's one of the which na naging issue siguro. If the place is unreachable, so of course you need to pair with a reliable logistic providers that can go to those places that are quite unreachable for other logistic providers. But how about you guys? Any idea? Oh, it's already 12:01. So I'm already borrowing like 1 minute of your time. Okay, wala pa akong business sa ngayon. Okay. Well, no worries with that. Okay. Perhaps soon, Miss Geraldine. Perhaps. Well, hopefully, You won't face any challenges, but then again, challenges are inevitable. Soon, 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 yeah. Okay, so I guess it's fine to skip this question given that it's already 12:01. So once again po, hey, what happened there? Why is the question why is the type different? Okay, so once again po, this has been marketing strategy. And hopefully you have learned something from our discussion and that you may able to use this one on your on your current business or current company that you're working for, or a company that you're going to apply for as well. So with that, may I ask everyone, please turn on your camera for we're going to have our photo op on this topic that you were all here in the discussion. There we go. So if ever possible lang naman po. Okay? Waiting for everyone else to turn on their cameras. There you go. Okay, so is this it? It's fine, of course. Okay. So let's have the screenshot in 3, 2, and 1. Okay, there we go. Thank you all so much. Have a great rest of your day. Stay safe and God bless po. Thank you all so much, guys. Bye, 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 bye.